Our post-match interview today is with Coach James Scott. A very special day for you, James, not just for the football, but also regarding your late daughter, Sophia, and the money that we've been raising for Tommy's.
Yeah, so today was a charity game in honour of my daughter, Sophia, who passed away back in November. Me and my wife found out the day before Tonbridge were due to play Bradford in the FA Cup first round. That's why I wasn't at the game. The club have been very cordial, the club have been very supportive, and they've allowed me to put this game on today against Dover, where it's a charity game trying to raise as much money as we possibly can for Tommy's, which is on our shirts. We're wearing the shirts today in the warm-up. And Tommy's are a charity that specialise in trying to raise money to prevent miscarriages and stillbirths. 1 in every 2 pregnancies ends in a miscarriage, and 8 stillbirths occur every day in this country. So it's something that is an important area of society that I think probably isn't spoken about a lot, and is something that we wanted to raise awareness of today, and something that we wanted to raise money for to try and help prevent these kind of tragedies happening more often.
Well, I certainly think you've raised awareness. You've been on local radio. I think we've been in the local press, and obviously everyone who's come here today. I had a look at the Tommy's website. I just couldn't believe the number of stillbirths there are in a what shall I say, a highly civilised Western democracy like the UK. Why do you think that is?
I think a lot of it is still a mystery, unfortunately, and it certainly was with Sophia. We had all the scans that we needed to have, and everything came back, everything's fine. And then 3 days before she was due to be born, we were put in a situation where her heartbeat had stopped. It turned out there was a knot in the cord, and it's something that can't really be tracked on ultrasound. It's probably something that could have happened 3 months, 4 months, and we had no idea. So it's something that, moving forward, as technology evolves, as science gets better, we can hopefully track these sorts of things. I understand that tracking cords in pregnancies is something that can be done with the top technology in America, and it's something that really should be happening more and more, to try and look at these things. Is there treatment to stop them? Is there things that can be done to address these issues when they're there? And just try and improve those life chances, really, of as many of those babies as possible.
Yeah, definitely. Interesting charity, a very, very good charity, Tom, is, of course, doing some really, really good work. I was amazed to read, only really started in the 1990s in a kind of broom cupboard in St Thomas's Hospital by a couple of consultants. Look where they've got to now.
Yeah, no, as I said, it's something that's not really spoken about a lot in society. I've noticed that since me and my wife have gone through this, that there are some people that have been really open and supportive and talk to us and help us, and our immediate family have been amazing. There's also people that are very, very close to me that have buried their head in the sand and don't want to talk about it. And as a result, they've made things worse. And usually the response I get when I sort of call them out on it is, I didn't know what to say. That seems to be the common thing that people say, I didn't know what to say. But the problem with that is I don't know what I want to hear. So I'm not suddenly knowledgeable on what I want to hear because of what's happened to me and my wife. I just want someone to be there and listen to me and talk to me and say, look, I'm so sorry what happened.
Sure.
Is there anything I can do? If you want to talk to me, then talk to me. Is there anything that can be done? I was talking to Doug Loft before the game, and he said, because he's played it, in a professional game, he said, I'll help you out. I'll contact a few people and try and spread a bit more awareness of it. Brilliant. That's support. That's the kind of thing that you go, okay, I didn't expect that, but brilliant. That's exactly what we want from this situation, as opposed to, I didn't know what to say. Yeah,
no, definitely. Well, James, let's hope that out of today some good things come, and that in memory of Sophia, what has happened today and the word you're spreading, her untimely passing will not have been in vain.
Yeah, and that's what we're kind of hoping, that the legacy that we want for what's happened with Sophia is, firstly, to raise as much money as possible to try and prevent this happening in the future. However, it probably will happen in the future to other families, and to try and raise awareness as to what to do. If you have a friend or a family member that goes through this, talk to them,
Yeah.
help them, support them, and that's kind of the legacy that we're trying to leave with Sophia.
Oh, definitely. Can we move on to the football?
Yeah.
Is that okay?
That's fine, yeah.
Perhaps we'd rather keep on this subject, I don't know. But obviously not a great scoreline.
No.
I thought at times we played quite well. We gave them some problem, certainly something to think about at the back at times, perhaps not often enough. And we've conceded 4 goals. And in 7 days' time, we've got to step out at Ebbsfleet, probably one of the favourites for promotion of the National South. So it's a bit of a challenge, isn't it?
Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, there's we're a bit unlucky with some of the injuries. So Doug Loft felt a little bit tight in his hamstring, so we had to take him off. And
Yeah.
Tom Beer had some tightness in his groin.
So nothing too serious.
Nothing too
No.
serious, no. But you don't want to keep them on there for a pre-season game when
Sure.
you think we've got our first league game next week. So take them off as a precaution. So that sort of disrupted our plans. Sonny Miles felt unwell, and
Okay.
it suddenly hit him. It was about 20 minutes into the game,
Yeah.
and suddenly Tom Parkinson has to come in. Tom has had a slight ankle issue
Yeah.
the last week or so, and the plan was to give him 25 minutes today, and suddenly he's had to play 70 minutes.
Yeah.
So all of those kind of have disrupted our plans. I agree, at times we played some nice football, at times we kept the ball well. However, first 5 minutes it wasn't good enough, and we were caught napping really, and they caught us out with a couple of goals. I know the second one's a little bit lucky, it's hit the
Yeah,
bar
yeah.
and hit Johnny in the back. That's
yeah.
so unlucky, but
Yeah.
he still hit it well to hit the bar,
yeah,
and nobody's really closing down. So we have to start better than that, and we know that next week when 3 points is on the line, we have to start razor sharp, because like you say, Ebbsfleet are probably one of the favourites, if not the favourites, to win the league this year. They'll be 100% expecting to beat us.
Yeah.
But we'll be going there 100% expecting, a best version of Tonbridge Angels, and we're not going there to make the numbers up. We're going there to try and beat them ourselves.
Right, definitely.
So, but in the same breath, we do have to start a little bit better than we did today.
Yeah, and I suppose from the players' point of view, they're going to have to get used. Well, not have to get used to, but they're going to have to accept the fact that they'll be walking out to a stadium, a full stadium, with supporters who haven't. Ebbsfleet supporters who haven't been able to enjoy football like ours for a whole season. So the atmosphere is going to be absolutely electric, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's going to be white hot. I think it's going to be. It's going to be loud. It's going to be in your face. It's going to be everything that we missed last year. And personally, I can't wait. I can't wait for an environment like that to go out there to say however many people it is, 2,000 people, 1,500 people, whatever it is, and for them to be loud and in our face and try and make it uncomfortable. It's everything that we missed last year, and it's the beauty of away days, and I know that when our fans, occupy one end of the ground, they're not going to be quiet. I know what Tonbridge Angels fans are like, and I'll be looking forward to that just as much as, a bit of banter with some of their fans.
I'm sure we'll travel in numbers,
Yeah.
and hopefully they won't be. Well, maybe they should be calling us a pub team, because that will be getting us going again. Won't it?
And of course, wherever we want, as long as we turn up and do our job, then I'll be happy. As long as we turn up razor sharp from the first second to say, no, we can beat these. We're going to be solid. We're going to be strong. We're going to be aggressive in the final third. As long as we do all of those things, then they can call us whatever they want.
No, definitely. Well, look, James, many thanks for your honesty this afternoon, for your bravery, actually.
Thank you.
In a way you've approached what is a traumatic experience. There's no question about that. I've got kids, I've got grandchildren, and when something like this happens to somebody, I know it brings you up with a start to know how fortunate you are. But more to the point, the good work that a charity like Tommy's can do to try to stop as many of these things happening as possible.
No, I appreciate that, Jim, and I appreciate everything the club's done to help us with today. I'd like to thank Dave Netherstreet for letting this happen today. I'd like to thank Steve, Barry, Adam for all of their support in all of this. I'd like to thank all of the players for retweeting and for contributing. I'd like to thank Amy as well, who has done an unbelievable job in organising everything today. So without her, a lot of this doesn't happen. Thanks to Dave as well, who announced on the tannoy for the moment's silence. That was really, really kind. And just, if anyone's out there that hasn't contributed, please contribute if you can. The link is on my Twitter. It's also on Tonbridge Angels Twitter. And if you can't find it that way, it's on the website. And the site is also, if you want to just write it down, it's justgiving / Sophia Scott. Yeah. So if you just type in Just Giving and then Sophia Scott, it should come up. But the best way to find it is a link on my Twitter, on Tonbridge Angels Twitter.
Brilliant. Thank you very much indeed for your time, James, and much appreciated.
Cheers, Jim.